Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Sovereign Village Project. I wanted to talk today about why I am a proud, unavowed tree hugger. Now that may seem a little counterintuitive because here I am clearing land and chopping down trees, but I'm talking more pragmatically. I'm not talking about, oh, all trees have souls, we can't cut them down. I just want to talk about the reason you may want to leave as many trees as possible on your homestead as you are clearing it or in your community. And so I'll just talk about some of the amazing attributes of trees here and what they do for your farm or garden. So think about what a tree really is. It's a machine that spends its lifetime, which could be a few decades, it could be hundreds of years, reaching down deep into the soil and pulling out nutrients from far below ground and pulling out water and sometimes nitrogen and other things from the air. It accumulates that and then it drops it to your ground in the form of leaves and sticks and things like that, pine needles. And then you are able to, sorry, Holly does not like being tied up, but she likes to hide where the trees are gonna fall. It drops those nutrients in the form of leaves and sticks and things, and then you can use those in your garden. And it builds the soil. So we have really clay heavy soil here, but not in the forest areas, at least not in the first top layer. If you look down here, you can see layers of mulch and then nice black humus underneath that. And so that's one thing trees are doing for us. They store water for us. Of course, they're amazing crops. Even the things you don't think are crops, like white pines. Have a bunch of those around here. And those provide us with pine needles that have a lot of vitamin C in them, which are great through the winter when you don't have other vegetables. Great emergency crop. You can make a tea or put them in your coffee and get some really good immune boosting stuff into your diet in the dead of winter. Of course, they're good for timber and fence posts and things like that. They're great for pollinators and birds and other animals. They attract your friends who are going to help you garden without having to do the work. They store a lot of water. When you cut them down and you put the logs and sticks over your soil, they also retain water. I made that earlier video about watering your garden with sticks. So trees are doing so many things, but of course you can't keep them all. They're blocking too much sunlight. So here in this site, this is a 2-acre subdivision off of the 5-acre Marathon Acre site that we're working on. On this site, I'm leaving a wall of trees here on the north side. Because they're on the north side and the sun is arcing over here on the south, they can get as tall as they want and they'll continue to accumulate nutrients and drop them, and I can roll them down into the garden, but they won't block any light. So I'm being very strategic and just clearing the ones that are specifically blocking the sunlight for my garden. I also like to generally leave something like a large oak or a deciduous tree right dead center south of a garden area, because here in the south it gets just a little too hot sometimes in the summer, and that sun is just scorching the plants. So by having one good tall deciduous tree, it gives everything a break right around midday at the hottest time while they're still getting plenty of light. So just remember what trees are. They're things that are working for you. They're employees on your farm, and I think too often, especially here in America, we don't see the value of them. We too quickly cut them down and we love to just replace them with lawn, which has really no practical purpose most of the time. So go find a tree, hug it, and then decide if you're going to cut it down, but don't if you can avoid it. So that's the only tree hugging video you'll ever hear from me on this channel, everybody. Happy homesteading, stay safe, and be well.